So, this is a video with my dear student Luiz. I'm recording this video so I can give an example of one of my students speaking English and also so he can talk a little bit about how he learned and so that maybe you can do that too. So, before we start, Luiz, why don't you introduce yourself? Who are you? What do you do?
Hello, my name is Luiz. I'm 21.
No, keep going.
Okay. So, hello, my name is Luiz. I'm 21 years old. Currently, I'm in the college. I will start IT management in 15th February. So, this is me.
All right, great. Now, Luiz, when you came to me to have classes for the first time, you were very green, right? I remember that you couldn't quite get some time tenses right sometimes. And nowadays, you are a lot better. And this is what, in 1 year and a half, I guess, right?
Yes.
Working in English. So, man, what does your English routine look like? Or do you have one?
One thing that helps a lot is put English in like your daily tasks, like, or even the lazer.
Don't ask me, I'm not a teacher.
So even on when you have your free time, like you're gonna watch a movie or you're gonna play some game, something. If you put in English, it's gonna help you a lot. So you can take a lot of words that you don't know, and you can learn a lot in your free time. So if you put English in your daily routine, like on your tasks, on your free time, on all things that you do, it's gonna help you a lot.
All right. Now, when people think about learning English and everything, people see it as a very hard task. And you can be sincere right now. Is English hard for you? Do you feel that?
What I think about English is hard to learn the basic, But as you got the basic, the advanced you can get. Like one thing that I do is watch a lot of movie series in English. So even if you don't understand, you put the subtitles and then you make some research about the words that you don't know, and you keep going and you're gonna improve. Then there's no doubt about it. So you have to try it, even if you don't understand all the movie 100%. You have to try it.
All right, that's pretty good. Now, going outside of English a little bit, you have recently participated in a FIFA championship, haven't you? Tell us about that, man. How was that experience for you?
There was a very interesting experience because I never went in a presidential championship. So it was my first one, and I think this year there's going to be a lot of more presidential championships. So it was very good, man. Like see your opponent like in front of you, so you can scream to him, but it's so good, man. Like to meet people that you only have a conversation online, So it's very interesting.
All right. And one of the problems of playing online, and I believe you have told me this before, are the people from Argentina, right? We call them boludos, right, when we play with Argentinians online. Tell me, brother, how is the experience of dealing with somebody who speaks Spanish when you're playing? Do you play FIFA with people from Argentina?
Yes. Yeah, it's like not today, but I already played one time, and it's kind of hard to understand, Spanish is a language that we think that we know, that is easy because it's kind of the same with Portuguese, but it's not this way. And when they talk really fast, so it's really hard to understand. And man, in the internet, these boludos, they are not the goodest people that we can meet. They don't like a lot of Brazilians. But yeah, I can get by. Like sometimes you meet Argentinian very very nice people. Like you can be friendly, with some of them.
Some of them, right? Some of them. All right. My experience with people from Argentina are a little better in person than online. Online is always terrible, man. Mm-hmm. Always terrible. Okay, so you said that when you learn English a little bit, you are always watching movies and everything. Tell us a little bit about what do you watch? What shows? What movies?
Firstly of all, the movies that I started to learn to watch in English, it is the movies that I already watched in Portuguese. So like, let me see, like the Incredibles, you know, Cars. This type of movie that we watched in a lot of times, a lot of in Portuguese. Now try to watch it in English, and then right now I'm watching a lot of movies that I always wanted to watch, and I watching it the first time in English. So it's very good, man. Like, because when you watch in Portuguese, you don't got all the like the feeling of the actor or the actress, you know. So in English, the immersion is better to watch, you know.
All right, good. You mentioned some movies by Pixar, for example, right? So like Cars, Incredibles, and everything. Do you think these types of movies are easier to watch than, like, say, I don't know, like Oppenheimer from last year?
Yes, of course, because these movies, they are made to children, you know. So when you start to learn new English, you are like a children, man. You know nothing, you know. So if you start to these movies that are made to children, it's gonna help you because the vocabulary is easier. You know, they talk slow down. You know, so it's gonna help you to improve. And then you're going to watch movies that is harder. You know, to understand.
I see. All right, great. And have you ever had any experience of speaking English to a native speaker?
Yes, in the pandemic, I was trying to improve my English, and there was a game that was in the hype, né, at the time, and the name was Among Us. So there was some Discord channels, and then I joined the one Discord, but the server was USA, it was not South American. So I just joined the lobby, and I tell them, oh, I'm Brazilian, I'm currently living in Miami, but that is fake. And I tell them, oh, I just trying to improve my English, and if you don't understand something, just, I don't know, put in the translate, and we try to play. And that improved a lot my English, because you have a conversation not only in the game, you know, but about other things, you know. So they started to ask me things about Miami, and I have to research really fast to can respond. But that's it, man.
All right, good. And I have two more questions for you, man. First, when I'm teaching students, especially students who are just starting to speak and everything, they are very, very afraid of making mistakes in English, of saying a word wrong or maybe forgetting a time tense. Do you feel maybe insecure or afraid when you're speaking? And if you do, how do you deal with that?
First thing of all, you guys have to understand that you don't know English. So when you go to a teacher like Rodrigo, you have to try, man. If you don't try, like, he can't help you with the English, you know. So if you don't, oh, how can I say something, or oh, how can I say this phrase in a better way, he can help you, because he wouldn't know your difficulty, you know. So if you are afraid, try not to be afraid and give a try with your English teacher, so he can help you.
Yeah, of course, it's not easy, right? I can't tell you, like, don't be afraid and then the fear goes out. That's not how it works. But trying is a big part of the process. And also, there are some students who are afraid of not speaking, but of listening. Like, when they listen to a Brazilian person speaking English, they understand everything. But it looks like when a native speaker starts talking, they forget absolutely everything they know. Or even if they always listen to American English and then a British person opens their mouth and they freeze. Do you have difficulty with different people speaking English? How is that for you?
I don't have that kind of difficulty today, because, as I said, I learn a lot of English watching movies and series, and in this type of content, you have a lot of accent there. So, like, if you're gonna watch Peaky Blinders, you have the British accent. So a lot of American movies, the American accent. So you kind of gotta use it to the accent, you know. So it's like in Brazil, man. We have the sotaque of Nordeste, the Sulista, you know, the Paulista. So you kind of gotta use it to it. So you have to try, man. Just try, like, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's great. And when people talk about studying English, lots of people think about, oh my God, if I want to learn English, I have to sit down 3 hours a day and study and do exercises and know by heart all those tables with verbs and everything. But I know that you have a lot of experience with English through TikTok, for example, right? So what is your experience with that? Do you feel like TikTok helps you with your English, for example?
Yeah, man. Like, what I think about the TikToks and all this stuff, even YouTube, that the internet can be your most important friend or your bigger enemy, you know. So if you use like in the right way, you can improve, man, in a lot of things, you know. So TikTok always gonna show you some trash content and good content. So if you like the good content and doesn't like the trash content, you know, like girls dancing and all this stuff, TikTok is gonna show you some really good content, you know, that can help you. So you have to use the internet in the right way, you know. So for me, TikTok, I always follow the English teachers and the good content that I know. So it's going to help you. There's a lot of manners, a lot of good content that you can find in the internet.
Yes, absolutely. I spend more time than I would like to admit on YouTube and YouTube Shorts, so I can attest to that as well. All right, Luiz, man, great. Thank you for this conversation. Now, if people want to follow you on Instagram or if they want to follow your career in FIFA, where do they go?
My Instagram, my personal Instagram, I kind of don't post anything and kind of low profile. So if you're gonna follow me, is Luiz F Zanardi. And that's it, man. Like, okay.
All right, brother. Thank you very much. Very good to talk to you. Nice talk.